as you listen to your breath, just tuning into the natural rhythm of your body, your heartbeat. As that awareness consolidates around the breath, notice the mind getting quiet. Coming into that place of stillness. As much as yoga is something that we practice, it's really a state of being. Just coming into that place of union with yourself, with your breath. And in the Bhakti tradition, whatever it is that's sacred to you. See if you can bring your hands together in front of your chest, in front of your heart, and just lightly press the thumbs right into that heart space. Before we begin the class, let's just set an intention. Sankalpa, whatever it is that you want to cultivate more of in your life, in your practice, in your relationships. Let's get very specific. See what that looks like in your mind's eye. And then feel right there where your thumbs are pressing your heart, what that feels like as it comes into being for you. And that intention just gives some purpose to the practice today. We'll start the class with 3 sounds of Om. Just take an inhale through the nose. Om. Beautiful. Namaste, everybody. So just gently relax the hands, just blink the eyes open, and then let's just transition to all 4. So just roll over the knees, finding your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and then bring the feet together, spread your knees wider than the hips. Just let the hips sink to the back of the space, forehead melts to the front of the space, coming into our first child's pose. Using this first child's pose as an opportunity to really activate that breath. Now that we've got the mind quiet, we can start to cultivate the breath. The first step, see if you can just start to bring that air in through the nose. And then see if you can breathe out through the nose. Really simple. Just putting some boundaries around that breath. While you're here in child's pose, breathing, just scan through your body. Any pockets of tension, anywhere that you feel tight. See if you can just start to breathe into those spaces. next step is to just let that breath naturally, seamlessly start to deepen. See if you can just start to take that breath deeper into the lungs, filling up the side ribs, eventually taking that breath all the way down the spine, into the belly, breathing into the hips. And as that breath gets deeper, notice that focus, that concentration, getting more clear, just coming deeper into your yoga. And then last step, just starting to even the breath out. The length of the inhale, the length of the exhale. Start to even out, again, seamlessly. As we find that balance in the breath, just start to create an environment of equanimity in the entire body, the spirit, in the mind. So throughout the practice today, see if you can just be mindful of your breath. Let that breath be your barometer. You notice the breath getting choppy. Back off a little bit. See if you can stay in that space of equanimity. Stay in your yoga. From here, just start to walk the hands out in front of you a little bit. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and just make your way back up to all fours, tabletop position. And let's just start to link the breath with some gentle movement. On an inhale, let the belly drop, pull the heart forward, shoulders might roll back. Exhale, draw the belly up and in, head hangs free. Inhale, belly drops, heart pulls forward. Exhale, round it in. Take a few of these in your own breath, in your own rhythm, and just start to explore that connection between the breath and these sacred, gentle movements. Notice that mind still calm. Just exploring a really sweet range of motion. Let's take one more round. We'll meet in a neutral tabletop. From neutral tabletop, just gently curl the toes. Let the hips come up toward the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog. Feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider, and the hands are about shoulder distance apart. Again, maybe a little bit wider. Consider keeping the knees bent for this first down dog. And just gently, like we've done for this entire practice, find your place naturally in the pose. See if you can let your head relax and hang free. Just allow that breath to flow in and out through the nose. And then any little movements here that you want to take in this first down dog, if you want to pedal your heels or swivel them, you want to shift the weight forward or alternate shifting the weight into the wrists. Again, breathing into those pockets that start to open up. It's the first real active pose of the class. Just being mindful, practicing a little bit of gentleness with yourself. No need to jam into anything. Let the practice reveal itself today. So from a neutral down dog, on an inhale, just find yourself coming forward to the top of a push-up. Shoulders are right over the wrists. Heels pressed to the back of the space. Maybe a little bit of a bend in that elbow. And then pull the heart toward the front of the space. Take 3 deep breaths here. Mind still calm. Last big inhale. And then gently lower onto your belly. When you get there, release the tops of the feet. Hands underneath the shoulders. First, gentle cobra on an inhale. Chest and heart lift to your own sweet degree. Exhale, set it down. We'll practice 5 of these in total. Inhale, heart lifts up to the sky. Exhale, release with the breath back down. Inhale, number 3, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release, set it down. Number 4, come up, heart lifts. Exhale, release, set it down. Last time, we'll hang out. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Just find your place in the pose. Notice the breath still flowing. Shoulders rolling back, heart lifting. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release, set it down. Curl the toes, lifting the hips, coming back up to downward facing dog. Breathing deep. Starting to explore all those nooks and crannies. Noticing a little bit of blood rushing toward the brain. Hips lifting high up toward the sky. Heart melting toward the floor. Just finding your breath. From here, see if you can just come up onto your tippy toes. Put a nice bend in the knees, glancing forward. Just walk yourself to the front of the mat. Halfway up, flat back. Hands to shins are still on the mat. Take a few deep breaths to pull that heart forward. Breathing some length into the spine. One more big breath here. And then hinging from the hips, just come into your forward fold. Close your eyes. Say 6 deep breaths. Again, any variations with the hands that feel empowering or comfortable for you. Feel free. You can bring your hands to opposite elbow. And grab the back of the ankles. The back of the knees. But notice that breath, nice and deep. Notice that chest cavity lifting as you inhale. Just notice as you exhale how you hinge from the hips. Let the breath do the work here. 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful, everybody. See if you can bring your hands to your hips. And then heel toe your feet so they're about hip distance apart. And then really rooting through all 4 corners of the feet. 1 vertebrae at a time, just stacking the spine until you come up to standing. No rush. Your gaze will be the last thing to come forward. When it does, take an inhale, circle the arms wide, reach them high to the sky, bringing the palms together. As you exhale, bring the hands right to the heart center. Bring the feet together, close the eyes. Let's just come back to our intention for a few breaths. Remembering why we're here today. Remembering what's sacred to us. And then let's just start to move. On an inhale, circle the arms wide, reach high to the sky. Palms connect. Exhale, hinging from the hips, falling forward, diving with the breath. Inhale, halfway up, flat back, heart pulls forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, and then take a breath in plank just to organize. Exhale, lower onto your belly, releasing the tops of the feet. Cobra, inhale with the breath. Exhale, back to downward facing dog, curl the toes, lift the hips. Deep breath. Let's try this together. Take a big inhale through the nose and then out the mouth. Just releasing any stress, tension, stagnant energy from the day. Making akasha, making space. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Hips lifting high, heels starting to melt toward the floor. Big inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, circle the arms, reach wide, reach high, palms connect. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart, reconnecting to that sacred space. Inhale, circle wide, follow the breath up. Exhale, dive and release, follow it back down. Halfway up, inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. This time lowering on that same exhale breath. Cobra on the inhale, heart lifts to the sky. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathing deep. Maybe starting to press the back of the knees to the back of the space. Getting into those legs. Hips lifting high. Notice the belly drawing in to support the lower back. Head still hanging free. Breath still deep. Big inhale, down dog. Exhale, feet walk or hop front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, heart melts, release. Inhale, circle the arms, Utthita Hastasana, follow the breath up. Hands to the heart, connecting to soul. Inhale, circle wide, find your breath. Dive and release as you exhale. Inhale, halfway up, big breath. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower with control, with strength, with grace. Inhale, celebrate by lifting that heart. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Just notice that breath getting deeper. Notice the body opening. Notice the mind still calm. Notice that gentle disposition you take with yourself. A perfect place to be in this pose right now is the place that honors how you're truly feeling, that honors the energy you brought today. Working with the reality of the situation. It's all beautiful and it's all perfect. Last round of these. Big inhale, wind it back. Exhale, feet walk or hop front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale from the ground, circle the arms, reach high, lift up with the breath. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Inhale, circle wide, lifting with the breath. Dive and release as you exhale. Beautiful, everybody. Halfway up. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower with the breath. Cobra on the inhale should feel good. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Breathing deep. See if you can bring your feet together. And then on an inhale, just lift the right leg to your own sweet degree. See if you can keep the hips neutral. So turning the right hip down. Breathing. If you want to play with opening that hip, you can bring the right heel into the lower back and then just twist it open. Take a few deep breaths down the right side of the body, breathing into the right ribs, the right armpit. See if you can stay neutral through the shoulders. See if you can let that left heel still sink down to the mat. Beautiful. Gently turn that right hip down. Re-elongate that right leg. Take a big inhale, and then right knee to the belly. Hug and squeeze it in. Weight shifts forward right over the wrists. Inhale, right leg back up to the sky. Right foot steps deep at the front of the mat. Staying balanced on those back toes, spread your feet about hip distance. And then from here, just rest your chest right on top of that right thigh. Reach the arms to the back of the space. Draw the heart toward the front of the space. You can always drop that left knee if this feels like too much. Just take a few deep breaths here to get into those legs. Notice that belly drawing in to support the lower spine, and then inhale, crescent warrior, both arms up to the sky. Front knee bent nice and deep. A few deep breaths here. Just find your place in the pose. Tailbone drops. See if you can find a little bit of lift in the front belly. As those arms reach up to the sky like blades, see if you can let the shoulders roll down a bit. Create some space for the neck. And then let that heart lift. Take a big inhale, reaching up, and then hands to the heart. Bring the palms together. And just connect to that soul space. Now on an inhale, spread the arms wide. Turn the palms up to the sky. Little bend in the elbows. And then lift right up through that heart. And just breathe into that heart space. Maybe arching back just to offer that heart up. Receive the wisdom of the pose, the wisdom of the practice. Take a big inhale, and then bring the hands back to the heart as you exhale. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat, step back, lower through your vinyasa. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg lifts. Take a few breaths. And then again, if you want to explore opening up that hip a little bit, you can bring the left heel into the lower back. Slightly turning the hip open, breathing down the left side of the body. Being mindful to stay somewhat neutral in the shoulders. Just explore. Gently turning that left hip back toward neutral. Lengthen the left leg. Take a big inhale. Left knee to the belly. On the exhale, hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, left leg comes back up to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps deep at the front of the mat. Set your legs up. Find that space. Chest on left thigh. Arms to the back of the space. Again, just feeling rooted, feeling connected in the lower body, feeling stable, and just allow that breath to support you in the pose. As those fingers reach to the back of the space, the heart pulls to the front of the space, belly draws in, inhale, both arms up to the sky, coming into crescent warrior. A little bit of balance, strength. Again, just finding your place in the pose. Front knee bent right over the left ankle. Right heel presses to the back of the space. Big inhale, reaching high. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Reconnecting to soul. Reconnecting to your intention. On an inhale, the arms spread wide, palms to the sky. Drawing those elbows toward the ribs slightly, and then just lifting the heart, breathing right into that sacred space. Open up and just receive. Beautiful, everybody. Big inhale, reaching wide. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Draw it inside. Inhale, both arms reach high. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Inhale to cobra or up dog, whatever's in your practice. Exhale back, downward facing dog, breathing deep. Big inhale through the nose and then out the mouth. Big breath, downward facing dog. As you exhale, both feet come to the front of the mat. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the feet together, bend the knees, drop the hips. Coming to our first chair pose, both arms to the sky. Let's say 6 deep breaths here. Starting with the feet, dropping the weight into the heels. And then dropping the tailbone, lifting the front side of the belly, both arms to the sky. Just sitting into that heat, that Agni, that sacred fire of the pose. Breath sounds beautiful. 2 more deep breaths. Last big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Inhale to cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Inhale, right knee to the belly. Hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, right leg reaches back. Exhale, right foot steps deep. Crescent warrior on the inhale with the breath. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Inhale, spread them wide, receive the pose. Exhale, bring them back to heart, connect. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, back, down dog. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Left knee to the belly, squeeze it in. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale, left foot steps deep. Crescent warrior with the breath, rising up. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Inhale, spread them wide, receive the pose. Exhale, draw that energy back to the heart. Inhale, both arms reach high, full expression. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Cobra as you inhale. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Just allowing the practice to take us there. Head hanging free, breath deep. Big inhale, hips winding back. Exhale, feet walk or hop front of the mat. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Utkatasana chair, 1 breath here. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, big breath. Right knee to the belly, hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, right leg reaches back. Exhale, right foot steps deep. Crescent warrior flowing with the breath. Come up, hands to the heart, connecting to that soul space. Inhale, spread them wide, receive the pose. Exhale, bring them back right to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale, left knee to the belly. Hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale, left foot steps deep. Beautiful crescent warrior flowing with the breath. Hands to the heart, collecting that prayer. Inhale, spread it wide, receive. Exhale, draw it back, right inside. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Breathing deep. Oh. Letting those moments happen in the practice. So lucky to be able to be together, to share such a sacred practice. Last round of these. Big inhale, hips wind back. Exhale, feet walk or hop front of the mat. Halfway up, inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, forward fold, feet together, bend the knees. Utkatasana, one breath, chair. Exhale, forward fold and release. Halfway up, inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower. Cobra or up dog on the inhale. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, big inhale. Right knee to the belly, hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, right leg reaches back. Exhale, right foot steps deep. Crescent warrior with the breath, come up. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Inhale, spread it wide, receive. Exhale, bring it back, collect, connect. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower with the breath. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, back, down dog. Last side, left leg to the sky. Inhale, left knee to the belly. Hug and squeeze it in. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale, left foot steps deep. Crescent warrior with the breath. Come up. Hands to the heart on the exhale. Inhale, wide to receive the pose. Exhale, hands connect right at the heart. Inhale, both arms up, full expression, big breath. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Big inhale through the nose. Beautiful, everybody. Everyone drop the knees. Just come to child's pose. Just coming back. That place of quiet. That place of surrender. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Just coming back to that quiet center space. And then when you're ready, coming back up to all fours, tabletop. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Coming back to downward facing dog. Just walk the hands back towards your feet. And then see if you can spread your feet wider than your mat. Turn your feet out about 45 degrees. Setting up for Malasana Yogi squat. See if you can start to bend the knees. Start to drop the hips. And bring the hands to the heart if that feels good. You can always put a mat, a blanket underneath your feet. You can sit on a block, and that sometimes will take the edge off of it. And let's just use this pose as an opportunity to drop in and really get grounded. Really connect to that heart space. Say 3 more deep breaths, maybe drawing the chin down toward the chest. Maybe closing the eyes. Beautiful. And then just gently release the hands down to the mat. Gently start to lift the hips and straighten the knees, coming into a forward fold. And then see if you can heel toe your feet about hip distance. And then bring the hands to the lower back. Interlace the fingers. Draw the hands to the back of the space on an inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to the front of the space. See if you can find that place in the pose that isn't too aggressive. Just breathe. Starting to draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Just finding the space that's just enough. Beautiful, everybody. One more big inhale here. Exhale, just release the hands right underneath the shoulders. Come up onto the fingertips. Draw the heart forward. Take a big inhale. And then just walk your hands back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the right tricep. And then on an inhale, bring the right knee to the left tricep. Just cross it over, connect. Inhale, right knee back to right tricep. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Right foot steps deep as you exhale. Back foot spins flat. And then turn the front foot so that it's parallel to your back foot. Walking the hands down the center. Come up onto the fingertips. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Pull some length. Big breath. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Close the eyes. A lot of options here. So you can leave your hands right underneath your shoulders. You can bring them onto a block. You can also turn your hands away from you. So your fingers sort of start to walk between your legs toward the right side of your space. Palms down. Take an inhale. Pull that heart forward. And then let that heart melt right on top of that right leg. And just breathe. Breathe into the back of that right leg. Oh. Let's say 2 more deep breaths here. And then as you're ready, just start to walk your hands over to your left leg. And grab the back of the ankle. And bring the right hand to the top of the left foot. Take an inhale and then just let that heart melt right on top of that left leg. Bring it out. Breathing into the back of the legs. Just a sweet release. Let's do 2 more deep breaths here. And as you're ready, just walk your hands back to center. Let's say 3 or 4 more deep breaths in that forward fold. Just letting that heart melt, just breathing into the back, both of those legs. Beautiful. Now from here, see if you can bring your left hand right underneath your face. And then either come up onto the left fingertips or onto a block. Take a big inhale. Right arm comes up to the sky. Just find a nice twist here. Pulling the heart toward the front of the space. twisting open from that place of length. Take another big inhale, open sesame. Exhale, set the right hand down. And then just place it right underneath your face, right where that left hand was. Come up onto the right fingertips, a block, left arm to the sky. Opening to the other side. See if you can draw that right hip to the right so that you stay neutral through those hips. And then again, heart pulling forward, just breathing into whatever spaces open up for you. Beautiful, everybody. Big inhale, open wide. Exhale, set that hand down. And then just walk both feet forward to that front right foot and spin the right foot so that it's facing the front of the space. Beautiful. And then come up onto those back toes. So coming into a high lunge, and then just drop that left knee down to the mat. And then see if you can start to walk that right foot over to the right. You can stay up on your hands, or you can come down onto your forearms. You can bring the right hand to the top of the thigh, coming into more of a twist. Starting to open up that hip. Just come back to that deep flow of breath. Maybe closing the eyes. See if you can relax your forehead. Relax your jaw. If the pose feels intense or it feels too tight, see if you can just back out of it a little bit. Finding that place where there's definitely sensation, but respecting the threshold. Say 5 more deep breaths here. Oh. If your week was anything like mine, this probably feels like heaven. Beautiful. From here, if you're down on your forearms, just make your way back up onto your hands. And then coming into classic pigeon, just starting to walk that right foot all the way over to the left. You can also roll onto your back for thread the needle. See if you can take your time to get those hips straight. And then just let that forehead melt and relax. Just breathing deep. Starting to wind down. Building enough heat so that these poses are a bit more accessible. Whatever experience you're having right here, right now, in the pose, remember it's not permanent. It won't be here forever. Say 4 more deep breaths. If you want to bring your arms out in front of you for full prostration, bringing the palms together, sometimes making it into a little bit of an offering. Nice. Last big breath here. Let that hip release. And then gently just come back up onto your hands. And then curl the left toes. And gently press your way back to downward facing dog. And then if you like, lift the right leg up to the sky. If you want to make little circles with the right ankle. If you want to make big circles with the right leg. You want to bend the heel into the lower back and let that right foot fall to the outside of the left foot. Whatever feels right for you here. You choose to flip over, lifting that belly, lifting that heart. One more inhale. Beautiful, everybody. And then gently setting the right hand down. Gently bringing those hips back, coming back to downward facing dog. Everyone take a big inhale through the nose and then out the mouth. Lovely. Left leg to the sky, big inhale. Left knee to left tricep, give it a little touch. And then bring the left knee to the right tricep, cross it over. Bringing the left knee back to the left tricep. Take a big inhale, left leg to the sky. And then left foot steps deep at the front of the mat. And then just drop that right knee down. Walking the left foot over to the left. Bring the left hand inside of the left foot. Just set up. Find the place that feels comfortable for you. Can come down onto your forearms. Onto a bolster, onto a block. See if you can relax the head, relax the neck. Welcome to your left hip. Energetically, the left side of the body is the feminine side of the body. The more emotional side of the body, more fluid. Aside from those energetic differences, it's not uncommon that we carry ourselves on one side or the other. So this hip and this place in this pose on this side might feel very different than what we just did on the other side. And that's perfect. Whatever experience you have here, find that place that feels just right for you tonight. Let that breath facilitate the exploration. Say 4 more deep breaths here. Last 2 deep breaths, riding that edge. Gently making your way back up onto your hands, coming back to that high lunge, and then just walking that foot gently over to the left for pigeon on the other side. Setting those hips up. Again, if you'd rather roll onto your back for thread the needle, find the variation that works for you. If you want a little bit more in the pose, you can take your right ankle further toward the front of your mat. If you want a little less, just bring the left heel closer to the groin. And again, just dropping into whatever space opens in the pose. Beautiful, everybody. 8 more deep breaths. You want to bring your hands out in front of you for prostration for this last few moments of breath, offering and or receiving what the pose has tonight for you. Beautiful, everybody. Last big inhale. And very gently, bringing the hands back toward the chest, just coming back up onto the hands, curling the right toes, and very gently coming back up to down dog. And then again, anything you want to do with that left leg, you can lift it to the sky. You can make little circles with the ankle. You can bring the left heel into the lower back. You can set that left foot outside of the right foot, flipping over. Finding some lift out of that left shoulder, hips lift to the sky, heart lifting. Take a big inhale wherever you're at. And then just coming back to our last down dog of the class. Beautiful, everybody. Big inhale, hips lift high. Everybody drop the knees. Just calm down and come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Oh. See if you can bring your knees together and just rest your head right on top of your knees. I have a very, very special guest tonight. Michael Hathaway is going to be singing us to sleep. Before we get there, let's just take a few more moments to get quiet. Start to turn that focus inward. Letting go of that sense of sight, sense of hearing. Starting to explore that deep, rich, eternal, internal space. Notice the places, the edges where your skin meets the air, and see if you can let those spaces dissolve. Start to merge back. When you're ready, and there's no rush at all, just make your way onto your back. See if you can bring the arms over your head gently. Just reach them to the back of the space, maybe pointing the toes. Nice full body stretch here. Gently bringing the knees into the belly. Give them a little hug, squeeze. It's good. You can rock gently from side to side. We make little circles with the lower back. Let those knees fall to whatever side feels comfortable, feels natural for you tonight. Side they fall to, just use that arm as a little pillow for your head. Just take a last few moments to feel safe, feel nurtured, supported, feel loved, and to be loved. Ready, keeping the eyes closed, just gently come to a last comfortable cross-legged seated position. Get there, just bring the hands together in front of the chest, in front of the heart. The last group action. Just offer some of that light, some of that love out into the planet. Just like when we set that intention at the beginning of class. See what it looks like in your mind's eye, but more importantly, feel what it feels like right there in that heart space as you send that light, you send that love, and you send that healing out into the planet. See if you can bring the thumbs to the third eye, just honoring and acknowledging clarity of vision. Bringing the index fingers to the lips, honoring and acknowledging the power of our truth. And bringing the thumbs back to that heart space, from that place that is the same inside each and every single living being. I just want to honor and thank you for sharing your yoga practice tonight. Thank you, Michael, for that beautiful sound bath of love. Much health, much wealth, much love to you all. Namaste.